What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTB Ravens Media. It's Thursday night. It's draft night. Joshua and I, we've been sitting here. Joshua, you texted me like round pick 12, pick 13. You're like, man, I don't want to call it early, but like this is shaping up nicely. And now we're sitting here, and all the guys that we talked about yesterday, seemingly, that we were like, hey, we want these guys. A.D. Mitchell's, Keon Coleman's, Kool-Aid McKinstry's, Xavier Legette's, me, Cooper DeJean, you, Nate Wiggins. Like the offensive linemen are gone. Like obviously the Ravens could still go offensive line, but with like Tyler Guyton and Jordan Morgan were kind of the only ones where it was like, hey, maybe they're available.
Yeah.
Those both went. But the Ravens are sitting in a great spot right now. What do you want the Ravens to do looking at the board? What is your guy?
I mean, honestly, a guy that was taken out early for me was, Jared Verse. I'm looking forward to the hardball this upcoming season. But a guy that I'm really looking forward to us maybe possibly getting. I might have to go defense first. I'm going even Nate Wiggins or Kool-Aid McKinstry, honestly. Wide receiver room is still deep. We can go in the second round and still get our big body wide receiver. But I would definitely love for us to go ahead and get Kool-Aid or either Nate.
Yeah, I think Kool-Aid is the guy I want right now. Obviously, wait, hold on. They're showing the Ravens. Oh my God, you can read the board. You can see the Ravens draft room board. This is insane. I've never seen that. Usually it's like really blurry. You can like definitely see who they have.
Showing out in Detroit.
One. That's wild. Cannot believe they did that. But I think looking at best player available, I think that's Kool-Aid McKinstry. Now, I don't think there's anybody a sleeper pick. Like, I wouldn't be upset if we got Jerzon Newton. I'll say this. I'd be upset if we go tackle or if we go a wide receiver that I just don't think is around one guy. But there's a lot of receivers I really do like. Like, if we go Legette, Coleman, A.D. Mitchell, I wouldn't even be super pissed about Troy Franklin. I wouldn't be pissed about Ladd McConkey. So there's definitely guys at wide receiver. I don't really want Ricky Pearsall here. Like, if the Ravens traded back for Ricky Pearsall, I wouldn't freak out or whatever. But the pick is in. We're waiting on the pick. We'll announce it, and then we'll do it. Hopefully they're going to walk out soon. But I don't think this is a situation where like last year where we were like Jordan Addison or bust, and we were a little disappointed in Jordan Addison or Joey Porter Jr. Hey, honestly, whatever the Ravens want, like we have options, and they're all very good options. I don't think there's any bad players that the Ravens could draft. Now, maybe the Ravens are going to go out there and just pull some random crap out of their butt, but I'm not expecting that.
At least not this time. Oh, man, I'm nervous. I always get nervous on draft night.
I mean, shout out to all the quarterbacks that went early to allow for the corners to not get drafted. Yeah. Same with the tackles. Tackles were just zooming. Right. Have you seen the pick?
Yeah.
Okay, I've not seen the pick yet.
I'm relaxing.
I'll go live.
I'm relaxing until you see it.
Here we go. The Ravens select Nate Wiggins, cornerback from Clemson. Joshua, let's talk about it. What are you feeling about this?
It's time to get active. We already talked about it in the episode that we recorded. If y'all haven't checked it out, go ahead and check it. When that episode dropped. We're going to be facing a lot of strong, fast wide receiver groups in the AFC North twice. We need someone else outside of Brandon Stevens, who finally shown that he can step up for us and be that guy for us. So I'm loving. I love the pick. Marlon Humphrey's getting older. He's still that physical corner, but having that guy on the outside, that can really be that force. I love that move.
Yeah, I think that, when you look at the differences between Nate Wiggins and Kool-Aid McKinstry, the difference is athleticism. Kool-Aid, solid athlete, not bad by any means, but Nate Wiggins is ultra fast. Obviously ran, I think, 4.28, 4.29 at the combine, was an absolute monster. He hawks guys down, and especially when you're looking at who the Chiefs just drafted in Xavier Worthy, having a cornerback that has that kind of speed, because when you look at the secondary, Marlon doesn't have the top end speed anymore. Brandon Stevens isn't crazy fast. Like, we got fast linebackers, but they're not keeping up with these fast guys. And then like Kyle Hamilton, great player. He's not running 4.3. Like, I think Kyle Hamilton ran like 4.6, but he's probably around a 4.5 guy. Having that type of athleticism and ability to make big plays is exactly why they ended up going with him. But like size, speed, length, and production are all things the Ravens are looking for. And I think he is going to bring that, and it allows the Ravens to not need to start him right away because we do have those elite players. But I think, if the Ravens try and run cover 3 or anything like that, like, he's not going to be beaten deep. And so I really do like this pick. Obviously, like Kool-Aid was my guy. Kool-Aid was my number 1 corner in the draft. Guess who my number 2 corner was? It was Nate Wiggins. So like, I talked about that plenty of times. So I'm not disappointed that we got Nate Wiggins. I'm happy we went corner. Wide receivers could definitely be available round 2. I think that eliminates a guy like Kyrie Jackson, but overall, I think this is a really solid pick, and it shows that the Ravens like let the board come to them, and they were able to get somebody that is going to produce, hopefully down the line. But like, that athleticism is just too good to pass up, especially with his length. I mean, at I think he's 6'1".
Yeah,
like 6'1" and running 4.28 is just unreal. And he had 2 pick sixes, so.
And just having a ball hawk as a corner. I mean, granted, we love that in Marcus Williams, being that safety, playing center field. But having someone, like you said, that can run with some of the fastest wide receivers, especially since the addition of Mr. Worthy, with Kansas City, you want to now also have a ball hawk on the outside. Yeah. We talked about ball skills. We talked about Brandon Ball Skills Stevens. At one point he didn't have that. Now he's getting it together. And now, hopefully with Geno Stone gone, he ain't got to worry about nobody else taking his interceptions away from him. But I mean, this is going to be, this is going to be a guy that hasn't brought that type of playmaking ability. I'm going to go ahead and say it since Marcus Peters' departure for the team. Yes, Marcus Peters, he was hurt. We could say he was on the decline of his career, but when he was in, he brought that tenacity. He brought that ferociousness as a corner. He'll come down and tackle you. He will come down and get a pick, even give you a pick 6. And, we kind of missed that. We kind of missed it on the outside. So, to me, in my opinion, he is a day 1 starter, but, of course, we're going to see how he develops and, what his reps are going to look like. But if he can immediately and make an impact, we're not expecting it, but if he can do that, hey, by all means.
Yeah, I think he's going to be our corner 3 to start the year.
Yeah.
And I think what you brought up, Joshua, having a playmaker, we haven't really had one in the secondary since Marcus Peters. And that's something that the Ravens really struggled with was getting turnovers in interceptions. They just were not doing it outside of Geno Stone, especially at the cornerback position, because the Ravens love to play a lot of man coverage. And when you're playing man coverage, the only way that you're getting a safety to get an interception is typically on a missed throw, which is how Geno got most of his. And like Kyle Hamilton, all of a sudden now that you have a guy like Nate Wiggins, who has, he's the fastest cornerback in the NFL now, probably. Like, maybe one other guy can compete with him. But that allows you to have recovery speed. It allows you to make breaks on the ball that the quarterback isn't expecting. And when your safety knows, hey, this guy has that kind of speed, they can take more risks because Nate Wiggins is not getting beat over the top. How many times, Josh, in the last 2 years have we watched the Ravens and it's like, at the end of the game, what happens? We get beat over the top. What was the last play of the Baltimore Ravens playoffs? We got beat over the top in single coverage by speed. We do not want that to happen again. That's why we went with Nate Wiggins. I'm pretty happy about it. Do you have any final thoughts, or should we just wrap up this quick reaction? We'll obviously have a ton more videos on Nate Wiggins. We'll definitely have more breakdowns. We're going to hit the film room and everything like that so we can talk to you guys a lot more. But let us all know. What do you guys think?
No, I'm definitely excited, man. I love the pick, man. Of course, like you said, we're going to go into our own war room, our own film study. Of course, there's going to be a lot of pros and there's going to be a lot of cons. But obviously, you know, the EDC and company, they went ahead and got another sexy pick, and not a, you know, kind of threw us for the loop pick. So I love what we're doing. I'm looking forward to seeing what day 2 and day 3 is going to look like. There's a lot of good guys available.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe for more. We'll see all of you again tomorrow with more Ravens picks.